Hi, Josh Thomas, mortgage broker in Utah. Wanted to share some information today about a very misunderstood program. Actually, one that I think is a wildly valuable program, very widely misunderstood, way underutilized, I believe, and frankly, now is available. It's been available my entire career, and I'll talk about that in a second. Maybe the header of this video probably already gave it away, but the reality is that reverse mortgage is a trigger word that a lot of people misunderstand. A lot of people don't know exactly what it means, and so if that's what it's, and they react kind of violently to it. Frankly, I'll suggest it in some conversations, and I'm shocked at how narrow-minded some people get. Don't be afraid of the word, right? Get the information, do a thorough investigation, because a ton of people can benefit in a big, big way from this program. And so I'm going to go ahead and start kind of demystifying some of it as I go through this flyer. And so here's a flyer I'm going to share with you. And so reverse mortgage is explained, the simple facts. What is a reverse mortgage? Reverse mortgage is a loan for older homeowners that convert your home equity into cash. So let's just start with reverse mortgages. They're backwards mortgages. Normal mortgage, you take out a loan for a certain amount and then you pay that loan back. A reverse mortgage goes the other way. You take out a loan for a certain amount and then that loan grows. Okay. So a reverse mortgage for loan for older homeowners that converts your mortgage into cash or equity into cash. The unique benefit is that you don't need to pay it back month to month like everything else. Interest and fees are just added to the loan balance over time. At the time of the recording of this video, they offer fixed interest rates. This kind of doesn't matter in the same way that it does on a normal mortgage, but they offer fixed interest rates in the 3.5% range. And so that would be the percentage that you would be adding and compounding each year if you were to borrow this money. So keep that kind of set aside for a minute. Let's see, just continue. You still have to pay your property taxes and insurance, but you can live in your house with no monthly payment otherwise until you permanently leave the property. And that's the trigger point, right? For a forward mortgage, a normal mortgage, everything that everybody always knows. If you don't make your payments, they take the house, right? And it's the exact same thing on a forward mortgage. They do not own the home. That's one of the great myths out there, is that in a reverse mortgage, you give the home to the bank. That is not true. That is simply just not true. That may have been true several decades ago. I can't say, but my entire career, that has not been true. I've only been doing it for 18 years, so who knows? But in that length of time, it has never been the case where you give your house to the bank. So that's myth number one that I really want to debunk, right? So taking out a reverse mortgage means you're going to pay off whatever other existing mortgage is on the house, and they're going to give you reverse, but there's no monthly payments ever due on a reverse mortgage, ever, right? So on a forward mortgage, you don't make those payments, you lose your house. On a reverse mortgage, can they foreclose? And the answer is yes, if you've moved out of the property. So if you've permanently left the property, aka nursing home, died, or just frankly sold and moved, any of those situations, you're going to have to either put a different mortgage on it or sell the property. But they give you a lot of time to work with that. It is not like a regular mortgage where they close very quickly. So am I eligible for reverse mortgage? You must be at least 62 years old and living in the home as your primary residence. There are some parameters for less than 62. You must have sufficient home equity. That is a huge qualifier. That is probably the biggest qualifier besides being 62 is, do you have 50% equity in the house? This is why I'm making this video and sending this information out now, is because thanks to this crazy appreciation, almost anybody that's bought a house in the last 4 or 5 years has 50% equity in the property now. If they put anything down at all when they bought the house, they probably have 50% equity. And so if you are over 62 and you have a mortgage and you would like some information about this, let me know, because you probably have sufficient equity to execute. You must participate in an independent educational counseling session by an approved HUD counselor. And I will tell you that video, they do seem to be intent on talking you out of it, but I'm completely okay with that. I don't have any problem with people taking or deciding against the loan. I don't care. How much can I borrow? The amount you may borrow will depend on several factors. These include the age of the youngest borrower or non-borrowing spouse, your home value, and amount of available equity, FHA lending limits, current interest rates, and the reverse mortgage and payment options you choose. As a point of example, I have somebody I was just talking to the other day. They owe about $118,000 on their house. That's worth $250,000. It is not in Salt Lake County, if anybody was thinking about that one. They owe $118,000 on a $250,000 house. They are able to qualify for a reverse mortgage. They don't have a whole lot of extra equity in the property, so they're not getting anything else out of it. But they don't have to bring any money to close, and they'll never have a monthly payment again the rest of their life. So let's keep going here. How do I receive the proceeds? You can take, so if you owe nothing on the house, you can take money out against the house as a lump sum, kind of like a cash out refinance would be. You can take it out as a line of credit, okay? So you don't have to actually borrow the money. You can just get access to the money. And you never have to use it if you don't want to, just like a regular home equity line of credit would be. Or as monthly payments. So maybe you want to annuitize the equity that you have in your house and get a permanent income for the rest of your life. You can also do that, or a combination of any of the three. Now, if you have a mortgage on your house and you're refinancing to pay that mortgage off, then we have to start with paying that off, and then any equity in excess to that they're willing to lend you can be combined in any one of those three ways, or any combination of those three, okay? What can I do with the reverse mortgage? You can pay off your current home loan, supplement retirement with tax-free income, fund home improvement projects, cover medical or long-term expenses, yada, yada. And how am I protected? This is another one of those big misunderstandings about reverse mortgages. They are non-recourse loans, meaning you or your heirs will not be responsible if the home ever goes upside down. Your home still belongs to you, and you will not lose your home if you stay current on the terms of the loan, which again do not require you paying any monthly payments. So, and when is a reverse loan repaid? When you move out. When somebody is no longer living in a home, you either have to sell it or refinance it, one of those two. But again, it is a non-recourse loan. And one of the really cool pieces to this is if you do pass away and your heirs want to keep the property and it's upside down, which they can keep it if it's not upside down and it's not complicated at all. They just refinance it into their name or whatever, and that's easy peasy. But if it's upside down, like we were back in 2010 or something, and somehow, some way you owed more than the house is worth, the bank will sell it or let the heirs refinance it at 95% of the value. So all the way down to here. All the rest of that is just thrown away. That's the non-recourse part of this loan. Pretty cool, right? So anyway, long story short, that is how cool this program is. So go ahead and let me know if you have any questions. Here's my website, joshthomasmortgage.com. There's my team. You can reach any one of us if you have questions. Of course, I'm the main contact for that, but if you miss me because I'm in meetings a lot of the time these days, you can call anybody else on the team, but Tanya does handle our scheduling. If you have questions and you're trying to reach me to ask some questions, you can reach out to Brandon or Karen. They've both been doing loans as long as I have been, and frankly are probably better at it. That's it. So if you have any remaining questions about anything, please reach out to us. If you want a flyer, a printed PDF version of what I just sent you or reviewed, shoot me an email and I'll send that over to you. And please share this with anybody you think this would be pertinent to, which means anybody over 62 that probably only owes about half of the value of their house or less. There's a ton of people. So please share the word, get it out there. It is an awesome program. Have a great night, great day, great morning, great afternoon, whenever it is you watch this video. We'll catch you later.